And welcome back to another episode of HardFoul Radio. This is the show that values time and puts God first. Appreciate you guys for joining me today. It is a wonderful Friday. Thank you for making it part of your day. Let's get into it. The power of conviction. Very few things are more important than this. Look, no matter what you're doing in life, whether it is you're a general manager of a sports team, you are your job, whatever you're doing, you have to have conviction, not just really for your job, but just in life in general. You have to believe what you're doing is correct because it's the only way you're truly going to follow through. People without conviction about what they are doing, they're going to be wishy-washy. They're going to be sometimes in, sometimes out. They're not going to fully grasp the entirety of what it is they're trying to do. Why do I say that? The two best quarterbacks in the NFL are a matter of conviction. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen, I saw this yesterday and I thought it was interesting. Dominique Foxworth talked about Josh Allen messed a lot of NFL GMs up. That he could be bad his first couple years in the league and then turn into the best quarterback in football. That just doesn't happen very often. Guys, you normally see it within their first year or so. Are they going to be that guy or are they not? Holding out for someone to be Josh Allen is a really risky game. And that's true. But the Bills having the conviction to go, you know what? This guy right here, we believe in him. We think he can be great. We don't care if he's under 50% completion as a rookie. We don't care if he is this roller coaster, sometimes great, sometimes horrible quarterback his first couple years in the league. We believe the guy who, if we build a team around him, the guy who's 6'5", can run, has a rocket arm, every potential physical tool you could ever want in an NFL quarterback, we have the conviction this guy, he's going to be great. And they stuck with him, and they are rewarded with him as one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League and one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Lamar Jackson, who in my opinion is the best quarterback in the NFL. The Baltimore Ravens had the conviction to go, you know what? We know what every single person is going to say about this style of quarterback. He's not a pure thrower, especially coming out of Louisville. Not a pure thrower. He's too small to run and take hits. Someone's going to knock him out. And the Ravens said, don't worry, that's our guy. We're going to take him. And not only is he going to turn into one of the best passers in NFL history, by the way, Lamar Jackson, the all-time leader in passer rating as things stand today. We know he can run. He's the all-time leading rusher for a quarterback in NFL history. We are going to change the direction of our franchise, a dominant defensive franchise throughout their history. And they're going to go, you know what? We're going to have an offensive identity behind the best player in the game. If you look at teams that don't have conviction, the Cleveland Browns, how are they doing? Not so great, are they? When you know in your heart that, hey, not only am I going to take a quote-unquote, because then when you have conviction, you don't mind if you are taking a risk or if you're doing a sure thing. The Eagles have conviction. We have the best offensive line. We like our quarterback. We're going to go sign Saquon Barkley. We believe this is going to work. The Giants didn't want him, and he was in-house. He was ready to re-sign with the Giants. And the Giants were like, we're not sure. Wishy-washy, undecisive. The Eagles, conviction, quickness, decisiveness. Who's the best player on defense for the Philadelphia Eagles? Jalen Carter. Everybody wanted to stay away from him. Not sure if he's going to be able to fit in with the locker room. Not sure how he's going to be character-wise in the NFL. The Eagles, they had conviction that, hey, if we get him in our locker room and our program, and Jalen Carter still he does things that you would be called questionable, is putting it nicely. But they had conviction that, hey, look, we get this guy, we get our guy, it's going to work. The Dallas Cowboys doc from a few weeks ago. Young Jerry Jones had conviction when he made moves. I want to go get Deion Sanders. I want to go get Michael Irvin. I want to go get Emmitt Smith. I want to go get Charles Haley, the pass rusher. There was conviction. There was decisiveness. And if you don't have that, nothing you do is going to be successful because you're always going to be second-guessing yourself or unsure, questioning, is this the right move? If you have conviction, that's how you get Josh Allen. Doesn't look great his first couple of years, turns into one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Lamar Jackson, nobody wants to take the chance. They think he's just another college running quarterback. Now the best quarterback in the NFL, the all-time leader in passer rating, the all-time leader in rushing. The Philadelphia Eagles, the best roster consensus in the NFL. You go get Saquon Barkley. Teams weren't sure about. You go get Jalen Carter. Teams weren't sure about. You have conviction. You know what you want. You know what you want to do. To be able to pull the trigger on these things. If you don't have conviction, you're not going to. And I understand it's tough, especially in sports. Is my owner going to like it? Is my coach going to like it? You got to know, boom, boom, boom. The Broncos turn around. Sean Payton's one of the things, he knows what he wants. He knows what it looks like. Russell Wilson, sorry, thought it could look like you. It don't look like you. I have the conviction that, hey, this isn't going to work. We're going to separate. We're going to eat the dead cap hit. Conviction. Who's the, again, you can argue talent. Who has been the second most successful quarterback from that rookie class from a year ago? It's Bo, and it's not particularly close. Jaden, we understand. Jaden's in the class by himself. Great, got to the NFC Championship game. Nobody else likes Bo Nix except Sean Payton. Sean Payton had the conviction to go, that's my guy. I want him. Gets Denver to the playoffs. You have to have conviction in sports. You have to have conviction in life. Moving on to the other part of that game. I've talked a lot about when we're not always the best at judging. When you're at your peak and when you're at the high point of success, everything's great. Everything's great. Everyone's telling you how smart you are. Everyone's telling you how great you are. Everyone's telling you how you're this, that, and the third. But then what happens when that stops or it slows down? Well, the reality is that's what the Miami Dolphins, the other team. So I just talked about the Bills having conviction on Josh Allen and how that paid off for them. The Miami Dolphins, a team with less conviction, a team with less success. It's had to deal with Brady for 20 plus years and had to deal with Josh Allen for this last 5-6 years in his prime. The Dolphins 2 years ago scored 70 points against my Broncos. Very dark, dark day. But have you seen those two teams since that 70-point game? Denver has a winning record. Miami has a losing record. At the end of that game, in that week following, Tua was better than Justin Herbert. Mike McDaniels was an offensive genius. The Dolphins had speed and playmakers everywhere. Look at how amazing this looks. Oh my gosh. They even feel like Miami. They're fast, they're fun, they're flashy. They scored 70 points in an NFL professional football game. Then they lose a cold playoff game. Tua gets paid, but still looks like he is a product of the system at best. Mike McDaniel went from genius to, has he lost the locker room? And I don't think that's 100% fair because those guys did compete last night, and so I don't think he's quite lost the locker room, but look at the direction he's been since that 70-point game, under 500. Again, we do not do a good job of judging you while you're at the top or while you're in your best because I don't think anybody could have said with a straight face that Monday after that 70-point game, hey man, Mike, enjoy it now because this is it. This is your high point. 70-point game. You are now going to be an under 500 coach and quarterback the remainder of your tenure. And I understand Tua got hurt, But the reality is with Tua, you kind of have to just bake injuries in. He's had multiple of them. They're all head related. It's unfortunate, 1,000%. But at some point, your reality is your reality, and Tua is an injury-prone player at the quarterback position. He is a small quarterback playing a violent game. So, the Miami Dolphins, again, just 2 years ago, scoring 70 points in an NFL game, and then since then, it's a struggle. And nobody has been hurt more. And think about this. Before last year, the NFL came out and said, hey, we're going to start cracking down on these motion penalties. And the Dolphins, the Rams, and the Niners, no one ran more motion than them. Guys just going all over the place, run all over the place. And it was the idea, the principle was guys are essentially turning illegal formations because they're starting running before it almost feels like arena football. Before the play is snapped. Because you have to get yourself semi-set and only one guy can be in motion, X's and O's, et cetera, et cetera. The Dolphins, since that, their offense, which was high-flying, scoring all these points, innovative, creative. It's a little less creative, a little less innovative, a little less explosive. The Rams and the 49ers. Now, the 49ers, Brock Purdy, yes, he also got hurt, and you can see their points per game has solely dictated on when he's there and when he's not. But Kyle Shanahan just got Mac Jones. Just had Mac Jones throw 3 touchdowns. Sean McVay, his offense still keeps it going, gets to the playoffs, almost beats the Eagles. The Dolphins were the other team in there that was this really high-motioning team along with the Rams and 49ers. Doesn't look as explosive, doesn't look as innovative, doesn't look as creative. Again, your high point, 70 points, you're on top of the world. And that can come crashing down real quick. We are not good at judging people at their high points. I mean, if you want to be a part of one of the coolest, most unique communities, don't forget to like and subscribe.